Hey, what's up guys? Today we are talking about how fat is a supercharger for your brain. A lot of people have bought into the notion that eating fat is really bad for you, and I just want to explain how that couldn't be further from the truth. So many people feel like their brain is sluggish and it's not running efficiently, and it might even be explained like they have a brain fog, and that's actually probably because you're eating too many simple carbs and not enough good fat. Our brain's actually primarily made up of fat, so we definitely do not want to be starving our body of that. Most people believe that if they eat fat, it's what's going to make them fat, and that's actually not the case. What happens is you probably are eating too many simple carbs and too much sugar, let's say like chips, cake, cookies, bread, anything that's going to be a simple carb, and then it gets broken down by the body into glucose. So if you're not exercising and burning off all that, basically your blood walks around to all the cells with this glucose that it breaks down to and asks if it needs energy. And if you're not exercising, the cells go, no, like we're good, we don't need that. So then what happens is they take that glucose to the liver and that's made into fat. So it's not actually the fat itself that's turned into fat, it's usually the simple carbs and the sugars that get turned into fat into your body. And I can't express enough how much every single person should be taking a quality omega-3 supplement. And there's really two different kinds of omega-3s, if you will. There's a DHA and an EPA, and they're both really good for you. DHA is going to be thought of as your Think Better omega-3, so with kids or pregnant moms, I really encourage them to take enough DHA because that's going to be what's in charge of helping to develop your brain. So if you want to be able to think better, up your DHA amount. And then on the other hand, EPA is more of your Feel Better omega-3. So a lot of people with depression or ADHD and anxiety have been shown to have low levels of EPA. So that's just another reason to be able to be getting the quality fat that you need in your body and for your brain. And while we're on the topic of eating the proper good fats, what I would recommend is eating things that are from grass-fed animals. So if you're eating meat, cheese, butter, any of those things that come from animal products, I would highly recommend that they come from grass-fed animals because that is going to be a lower inflammatory food. And if you know anything about inflammation, it's usually one of the root causes to a lot of different chronic diseases. So if your brain likes fat, then what doesn't it like? And what it doesn't like is blood sugar spikes. So if your blood sugar is constantly going up and crashing and going up and crashing, that's what's going to make you feel sluggish and feel like you have some type of brain fog. Probably asking, what are the foods that are going to spike my blood sugar and make it crash? And that goes back to mostly the simple carbs and sugars. So simple carbs, you can think of bread, pasta, pancakes, Pop-Tarts, donuts, anything that's made with flour or grain or deep fried is most likely a good indicator that's going to be a simple carb. And then sugars, you think of soda, fruit juices, anything that is Kool-Aid, anything that's sugary or diet soda, artificial sweeteners, that's also going to spike and crash your blood sugar. So what are the foods that help you maintain a proper blood sugar? And that would be vegetables. So raw vegetables is going to be the absolute king in keeping that blood sugar stable. And I won't necessarily shun you away from cooking your vegetables because there's not really any better of a substitute besides that. So I would say, if you have to eat your vegetables cooked, go ahead and do it. But just know that raw vegetables are the absolute best way to keep your blood sugar maintained. If you really want to make your brain function at a high level, stop feeling so sluggish, hitting that 2 o'clock feeling, getting rid of that brain fog, you want to increase your vegetable uptake, increase your fat intake, and then decrease any simple carbs or sugars that you're eating. No matter what the age is, if you're old or young, this is absolutely the diet I would recommend to increase your brain performance as much as possible. So that's all I have for you today. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you learned something new today.